Hey, welcome back to the channel. We are going to be talking in this video, one, you guys already saw the preview, but second, of areas where are prone to get flooded. I was in the area of Galveston, and one of the things that caught my attention as a landscape designer was how those areas were designed. And it looks really simple. In fact, this design that you guys are looking right now is going to be one of the most simplest designs I've ever done, because you have to be smart and also efficient. If you happen to live in an area like this, well, if a storm comes by, a hurricane, think about Ike or Sandy, massive destruction, right? What do you do, or where are you focused? Well, most likely it's going to be your home. Your family obviously is one, but also your home. And landscape is going to be on the very, very back of the line, if anything else. So for that reason, things that you should keep in mind is maybe put in native grass that, yes, you are going to be mowing, but if in case it gets torn up, you are not spending thousands of dollars, in order to replace it, which you probably wouldn't even care so much as opposed to your house. So with that being said, maybe I'll give you a few ideas as to what you can do for, say, native grasses to the area. Things that will do well, specifically in the area of Galveston and surroundings. So there's mainly 3 of them that you would want to look into, depending on maybe if there's something that you like, but something like a seashore paspalum, maybe a St. Augustine grass, or a salsa grass. Grasses that are meant to be for the area, humidity, water, that type of thing, and also the soils. Keep that in mind. There's different kinds of grasses that not all of them do well depending on where you are. So you may see something in, say, a couple, miles away, especially if you're in Texas, because Texas is so big, that may not do well where you are going to be moving to. So keep that in mind. Now, yes, you can also do shrubs and trees. You can do palms, pagoda tree, and the list goes on and on. One great thing about this day and age is the internet, YouTube, whereas you can find trees, shrubs, perennials that will do well in your area or the area that you are moving to. And the internet helps with that. Dave's Garden, for instance, will give you a really good sense of what you can do in the area, especially if, say, you are literally moving to Galveston. And I'm using that as a base, what you can do, maybe some type of lilies, maybe a type of palm trees, right, that you can do. But the idea behind this, and even the video, is to show you that these houses are really, really close to the shore. So what happens if there is a storm, right? Well, do it simple, and if it gets damaged, you don't have to worry too much about it in fixing it. If you saw the video, there was a lot of grass, and it's very smart to do it in this area. Another thing that you should think about is the elevations. Now, the elevation is probably something you can't really mess with. At some points, you're literally at 1 foot above sea level or even below sea level. So you are not really working too much with that, and that's one of the reasons why one of the ordinances from the cities in the area is that the house has to be on stilts, which essentially means it has to be elevated. And this makes sense because if there's a flooding, all your valuables will potentially survive if they're in a higher place. But because you're pretty much at zero, the higher you go, the better it is. Now, obviously, it's going to depend depending on the architecture. That's going to be a different topic that I am not going to cover. But generally something like 12 feet or more. And some people will do more just because if there is, say, a minimum of 10 feet per se, you go maybe, 2-3 feet higher, maybe even better. But I'm not going to talk about that because that's more like an architecture thing, but it is a smart thing to do. What that means is that you are messing with what you have per se, the land, and pretty much by putting native grass, you are going to, one, be efficient and also save money just because you may have to do this over and over again. So that's pretty much the video in itself. I know you're like, well, I kind of want to hear more. I understand, but keep in mind that different landscapes from different areas, and this specific one is smart and efficient because you can't have a large storm go through your way and you are going to be focusing on your house first, maybe your car, right, and not the outside. So having this design or made this way, it's going to be good for you. But anyways, just want to bring this up to your attention, especially if you live there or you have friends that live in the area. Now, I'm not saying that this is specific for anybody, that every single person should do this, but if you are in that type of area, that would be a smart way to go. Anyways, guys, that is pretty much the video. I do have now an Instagram live, or the Instagram is live, and if you want to tag me there, if you are working on a project, and or you live in an area like this, maybe put in the comments things that you use that you have found that works really well. Anyways, guys, you guys already know the motto of the channel, which is Dream, Create, Design, and thumbs if you liked it, thumbs if you loved it, and we will see you guys on the next video. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Bye.